if your structure is off, you're going to have a difficult time finding your dealing range. So this is our dealing range. So I'm just going to mark this up as well. So your dealing range is basically this high down to this low. Now, it's important to understand anything inside is internal structure, right? Anything outside, so the actual high and low, is your external structure. Now, me as a trader, I don't focus too much on internal structure. This is where traders often go wrong. They try to mark up every single high, every single low, and they miss the concept of trading at key levels, which is something we're going to get onto later on in the video. Now, once we have our dealing range, so we have a clear dealing range, yes. Is price in a premium, right? So let's try and understand now what a premium is, right? So a premium is essentially the idea of selling high and buying low. Now, how do we do that once we have our structure and dealing range? Well, we have our market structure high and our market structure low, right? So we just project the fib from the high down to the low. Now, once we've established this in terms of our premium and discount, what we're now looking for is this. We are looking for, of course, this 50% area. Anything above translates into a premium. Anything below translates into a discount. And so when it comes to choosing our key levels, it's important to understand, as my flowchart says over here, is price in a premium for the structural dealing range? So the short was here. So yes, we were above the 50%. We were in a premium, right? Because we were above that 50%. Now, once we have that 50%, the next thing we're looking for is price at an absorption level for the week, right? In other words, absorption level for the week is just a key level, right? So this is where a lot of traders go wrong, right? So a lot of traders, they don't follow this process. And the times when they do follow the process, they often get messed up at this point, right? This is where all the traders get messed up. And the sad thing about this is if you mess up this point over here, so if price is not at an absorption level for the week, it means your trade is not valid, but a lot of people try and go short anyway, right? So if price is not at if price is not at an absorption level for the week, it's no, you don't trade, right? So this is the basic logic. So if we go back to my chart on ES, where I've got my key levels defined, these are absorption levels, right? So sometimes I call them key levels, but I want to move away from calling them key levels. I want to call them areas of absorption. Now, there are ways you can find these areas of absorption, right? So all these here are areas of absorption, right? Because what that means, I mean, we're going to talk about this later on in the video. What that means is that we see a lot of absorption here. So sellers were in control, or passive sellers. Sellers were in control here, passive sellers. Sellers were in control here, passive sellers, and that's what results in the lower prices, right? This is what results in the lower prices, okay? So this is an absorption area. So going into the trade for this week, we actually did tag into an absorption area, right? So these here are absorption areas. So 1,